Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Chuck Nix, the Bearded Wino, and thank you for checking in for the Word in the Vine. Here's some of my thoughts today. Finding peace in the journey. It's a concept that's kind of unsettling for ambitious creatives like me. See, my drive to reach the intended destination often makes me uneasy about the road that gets me there. And that's probably why I have to pray away road rage. See, I don't want traffic lights or traffic or slow drivers, anything getting in my way. I just want to get to my destination. It's like I'm always white knuckling the steering wheel and I'm calling on God instead of reacting in frustration while I'm driving. Y'all pray for me. I'll get there. See, James 1 and 2 tells me to count it all joy whenever we face various trials. And it continues to say that these tests build endurance. Now, I know that with time I'll get better at navigating this journey, but if I'm being honest, y'all, I just want to be successful. You know what I mean? It's the road that challenges me so much. See, when it comes to art, I think I interpret it a bit differently than most people, probably even apart from the artist's intention. See, I believe in those moments, that's when God's speaking to me. He's showing me something that He wants me to see. But in order for me to hear that message, I know I have to remain faithful and constantly focus on His righteousness. For example, I can smell some wines and it can stir a thought-provoking nostalgia in me. There's some moments when certain chords or notes in music physically move me. They bring me to tears, or they'll change my breathing patterns. They'll even make me reflect on something that shifts my perspective in that very moment. I love hearing from God through art in these ways. It just hits different, you know? So I will revisit some of my songs that I wrote years ago that were never actually put into an album or a mixtape. But instead of dwelling on the fact that it wasn't finished, I just reflect on where I was in my growth journey at that time. See, I think about how far I've come, and then I get a sense of peace knowing that I'm actually growing. I recognize joy. I experience joy in recognizing that. Even if I haven't reached my ultimate goals, right? I'm still on the path of growth. Of course, that's a challenge too, because I'm still learning. I'm still an ambitious creative. I'm figuring out how to walk in my purpose while seeking success. So why is it so tough? Why does it feel like I'm following the right path, but I'm not yet at the milestone that I've set for myself? I look at others and they have seemingly insurmountable challenges and they still are optimistic about the future. And then it feels arrogant for me to think that my journey is taking too long. Like, why do I deserve success right now? But then I have to remember Jeremiah 29:11, which says that I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil. They give you a future and a hope. And this reminds me that God has a plan for our success based on His purpose for our lives, not always for our purpose, not what we intend for our lives. See, here's the thing. We're human beings and we live on earth, and naturally we see and experience things from a worldly perspective. But what God sees or what He plans for us is not natural but supernatural. It comes from His Spirit, and that's why faith is so important. See, we have to trust in what He sees for our lives, even when we can't see it with our own natural eyes. And that's the essence of faith. It's believing without seeing. And let's be real, it's not always easy on this journey. Look, for me, I'm always working towards higher certifications in the wine trade. The process is daunting. Life is always life. Study material, not easy. The costs are high. And the longer I wait to take this next exam, the harder it's going to be. The world, geography, climate change, the laws, they all evolve. And through it all, I have to remind myself to keep the faith that God's going to fulfill His purpose in my life according to His will and according to His time. I'll never forget a time when I was taking my certified exam. There was this guy from South Africa. He was testing with me. And just before we were called in, I was frantically reviewing my flashcards, and he was just chill, just casually bantering and calm. And most of us were sweating over this blind tasting portion of the exam, but he was not worried at all. And he said that God already has a plan for the outcome. He was like, I just need to go through it with joy. That perspective, it lit me up, right? It still encourages me today. And if I'm really going to have peace on this journey, I need to trust that God's plan is better than my own. Whatever He has for me, I'm good with that. Interestingly enough, that guy didn't pass the exam. I'm not sure how things turned out for him in the future, but I do believe that his outlook ultimately brought him peace, and that it's better for him now because of that outlook. At Bible study pretty recently, we took a spiritual gifts test. I've taken this test more than once, and years ago at another church, I got the same results, that I have a natural gift of exhortation. It means I'm blessed to encourage others to walk in their purpose. You can find those gifts talked about in Romans 12:6-8. And it tells us to use those gifts for God's glory. That South African dude, his words encouraged me, and I thank God for that. His calmness helped me pass. And perhaps that was part of his purpose in that moment. It was a blessing. It is a blessing to be a blessing. And I hope to encourage someone else to walk in their purpose. So look, even if I don't pass my advanced sommelier exam on the next try, or even the one after that, I have faith that fulfilling my purpose of encouraging others will take me to places far beyond what I could ever imagine. I pray that I continue to carry the peace of God with me on my journey to become a better son, a better husband, a better father, but most importantly, a follower of Christ. Thank y'all for checking in for the Word in the Vine. My name is Chuck Nix. I appreciate you and your support. All right, y'all. It's the 16th. The day is here, and that Dirty Napkins dinner, it is sold out. Thank you all so much for your support. Be sure to check in at thebeardedwino.com to get your information for the next dinner. But also coming up next week, the G.D. Vajra Dinner. It's going to be at Manship. Chef Rashana Newsom and Tiffany Bobs is going to be the presiding som. They're going to take care of that business. It's going to be an awesome dinner. I really hope that you all get a chance to come out. I'll probably be hanging out at the bar. But get to beardedwino.com and check in and get those tickets. That's going to be Tuesday, January 21st at 6:30 p.m. With Millsap's Elsie School of Business, we're still continuing with our community enrichment initiatives. Get your updates for those at thebeardedwino.com. Make sure when you go there, you check in and sign up for the email updates so you can be updated for when those events are going to take place this spring and summer. My name is Chuck Nix, the Bearded Wino. I appreciate each and every one of you for all of your support. Stay connected, and I will see y'all around. Peace.